New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
We need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
The New Jersey NAACP chapter president is upset, stating that, quote, nobody gives a care about this racist getting more charges. That's not the problem here. The illness is rotten police work in our police department. Sibley is upset about Burlington County, New Jersey prosecutor Scott Coffina's findings that the Mount Laurel Police Department did nothing wrong in its investigation of 43 complaints of racist harassment spanning 5 years lodged against Edward Matthews, age 45, who was arrested in July after protest, and a viral video shed light on the matters. On October 5th, Coffina addressed key concerns regarding Mount Laurel Police Department's handling of the case. He determined, quote, there's no indication that Mount Laurel Police were dismissive of the complaints. There was no evidence Matthews was afforded special treatment, and Coffina found it difficult to find fault with Mount Laurel Police on an incident-by-incident basis. The Mount Laurel Police Department also released a statement following the county prosecutor's report, reiterating MLPD did not fail to investigate the incidents that were reported to them, and they did not give Matthews special treatment. They determined that the MLPD was not dismissive of complaints about Matthews and dealt with each complaint very seriously. Sibley questions if Mount Laurel police were thorough in their investigation, then why has he received additional charges since his arrest over the summer? Matthews was subject of a viral video where he was seen repeatedly yelling racial slurs towards a black neighbor, including calling them monkeys and using a certain slur in their Mount Laurel, New Jersey community. In the video, Matthews confronts a black resident at his front door until a Mount Laurel police officer arrives and tells Matthews to leave. Sibley states that the incident caught on video is just one of the many racially charged interactions between Matthews and his black neighbors. He stated that Matthews harassed a young black woman by smashing her car window with a slingshot and smearing a certain slur on her car in feces. Quote, she had been coming to the police for 3 years, with little done by law enforcement. Sibley states that there is a larger, more systematic problem with policing in Burlington County, New Jersey, and it has to do with little to no accountability. The Southern Burlington County NAACP chapter and other nearby chapters launched a survey to gauge the community's experiences with police in the region. Sibley states that respondents say that they've had a terrible experience. Sibley plans to bring the survey results to local officials to persuade them action on accountability and substantive policy changes that are needed for the area's police departments. He knows protesting in the streets is not enough to fix the ways police do their jobs. Quote, going in the streets screaming in a pandemic still hasn't changed anything. We still don't have anything different on a significant level than we had pre-George Floyd.
Hey guys, look, I just wanted to tap in really quick. I just got this feeling, man, that this summer is, it's about to be a white boy summer. You know, take it how you want type white boy summer, you know what I mean? Let me know if you guys can vibe with that, and get ready, you know, because I am.
All right, so we have a very easy fix for this, right? And the easiest fix for this is to stop depending on the police to change. Stop looking at the police as this type of force that is for good. We already know how they started. We already knew what their plan was. We already know what they're doing at this current time, and we already know what they're going to do in the future. It's the same rinse, wash, and the repeat right? The police have been doing the exact same things that they've been doing now to black people that they were doing to black people before I was born, that they were doing to black people back in the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. Like they've been doing the exact same song and dance, but magically, because of, quote unquote gentrification, and because of, black people feeling as though that they are, finally included, within that whole plan of the, uh, Martin Luther King of, we'll all hold hands and sing and kumbaya and all of this because of integration, right? Black people gotten to the point where they feel that they've made it, and they feel that the color of their skin does not specifically uh, warrant any type of harsh treatment as if it were, back in previous times, when clear cut, if we look at everything that's taken place, they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. You got brothers, losing their lives every single day in the streets, by way of police, either, by a variety of different ways, or they might just end up paralyzed, right? And while all of this is taking place, their sons, their daughters, their, significant others, right? Their fiancés, their wives, they're all watching this happen. And it's the same exact thing that they basically did during the times of slavery. They would take the strongest male in the community and they would break him in front of everybody. And they would use that show of force to let anybody else know. It's like, hey, this is what we did to the strongest one. This is what we did to your provider. This is what we did to your father, right? This is what we did to the representative of your household. This is what we did to your protector, right? So if we're able to do this to him, just imagine what's going to happen to you. That's the message that they send out every single time that the police decide that they want to react to a black man or a young black man a certain type of way. But like I said before, you have a lot of people, due to the fact of integration, feeling that, we finally made it. They think that they're on cloud nine. They think that they're invincible. They think that nothing is going to happen. The same thing that transpired in the past is not going to happen in the future because they are a part of the main class. When realistically, the system doesn't care if you feel that you're a part of the main class. Realistically, you've never been, and you never will. It's a facade. It's psychological warfare that has been ongoing for a very long time. It's conditioning that has been going on for a very long time. But even with all of this, even with all of these words that I'm saying directly to you, you'll still have a lot of black people that will shrug it off. They'll say, oh, whatever. You're just, one of the haters. You're just this, you're just that. When clear cut, that's not the case. We have a multitude of incidences where black people have been accosted, have been assaulted both physically, verbally, where they have also been criminalized without any type of given proof, where people have falsified police reports and evidence against said black people in order to get some type of a conviction or a one-up. There's a multitude of incidences where you have individuals like this who decide that they have the full-fledged God-given right to come directly to black people and state to them how it is that they feel when they don't. They don't. But like I said before, black people are some of the most forgiving people on this planet, and everybody knows it. This is yet again another reason why we don't get a lot of respect, because we tend to forgive everybody instead of holding them accountable and also being angry. Like I said before, we have a reason and we have a right to be angry whenever we happen to see things like this transpire by way of social media videos, or if we happen to witness it, or if we know somebody that went through it. We have that right to be mad. But if you allow the quote unquote leaders of yesteryear to basically come to the forefront, they'll pacify everybody. It's like, oh, kumbaya, we shall over. They'll start singing all of these slave type hymns and songs, as if that's going to like fix anything. It's like, no, all you're basically saying is that you're going to be submissive to the fact of the people that are in power that have been causing you the utmost detriment, the utmost criminalization, the utmost demonization, and the fracturing and the tearing apart of every single thing that you are as a black man and that we are as a black community. That's all those songs basically are. They're a signal to let them know, like, hey, we know what happened, but we know this is not all of you, and we shall overcome. Kumbaya, my lord. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. Like I said, there's a lot of things that should not transpire and that should not take place. Just shouldn't. But like I said before, if a lot of people out there want to dive into that bag and say that, oh, you can't generalize, you can't say all, then why is it every single time I see a Karen or a Darren directly on the screen, I don't see none of their cohorts, I don't see none of their other people in the community deciding to stop them, telling that Dan or that Karen, like, hey, you need to back up, you need to stop, projecting, you need to stop going after black people like this. You don't really see it. You'll rarely see it. Rarely you will see it, because 9 times out of 10 people are going to the victim in the instance, who is the black person, either male or female, or the young man, they will vilify and criminalize that person to the point where the person that is doing the poking and the prodding, aka a true American, then becomes the victim. And then the victim, which is the black man, woman, or a child, now becomes the suspect, now becomes the real problem in the neighborhood and in the community, because they're quote unquote harassing somebody, when realistically that was not even the case. But like I said, it's hard to tell people anything, especially black people, because black people like to be hard-headed. Black people don't like to listen. Black people feel that they know every single thing that's out here, and they know how to differentiate from their friends and their foes, and realistically you don't. Realistically you don't. Some of the most harmful people that you have are directly in front of your family, but you're not going to disassociate yourselves from those people due to the fact of conditioning, because they're family, and you're not supposed to turn your back on family, but yet you don't turn your back, but yet they keep continuously stabbing you, and you can see it. You're not going to turn your back, so all they have is your face and your chest, and they're just hitting you up with daggers, all types of poison, very lethal, but it works very slow. But yet you still decide that you're going to communicate with these people, that you need to communicate with these people, and that you're not going to exile these people out of your life. And it correlates because the same exact thing you do with the people that are closest to you, that are causing you the utmost harm, you do the exact same things to a lot of the cops out here, and so on and so on and so on. You can always say that, yeah, you can't say all cops are bad, you don't directly have any proof. I do have proof, and my proof goes like this. It's very simple. Pay attention. If at any point in time that you have bad cops on the force, all of the cops who aren't bad should basically automatically turn those people in. They should exile them. They should ostracize those people to the point where they can no longer do their job because nobody wants to work with them. But yet that's not where we are at this moment in time. Let me take it to a further step. If the global minority, which are the European descendants, which are the pilgrims, which are the conquistadors and the explorers that basically came here and found nothing except for other people's land, if they themselves feel that it's only a minority of them that act in such racist ways, then the greater majority of them, of that minority, would rise up and they would call out a lot of this hatred, and it will stop it from transpiring and taking place. But yet that's not where we are. So nobody's going to be able to argue with me and tell me that, oh, it's not this and it's not that, when clearly I know otherwise. Clearly any other sensible person would also know otherwise as well. But anyways, that's enough of me talking. Let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.